What is going on, everybody? King Recon here. You have no idea how excited I was when I saw this on the calendar being the next thing that I could potentially talk about. I was like, it's finally time. It's finally time, man, because this topic means so much to me, man. This is a topic that, if you know me in any capacity, you know just how passionate I am about what was once a long-lost art that is now once again in resurgence. We are in a renaissance of handheld portable gaming, bro. And as someone who, for multitudes of different reasons that we're going to get into in today's video, values the art of portable and handheld gaming, I could not be any happier with where gaming is headed right now. There's a lot of things that I have problems with the current state of video games and where we could potentially be headed. But let me tell you, what the Nintendo Switch has brought forth to the table with this new, so many different handhelds to choose from now, that is something I can get behind. And I'm gonna tell y'all here today, in the Tuesday edition of our videos here on the channel. If you are new to the channel, we do videos every Tuesday and Friday. Tuesday is for anything that's not One Piece, and Friday is for everything that is One Piece. If there's a One Piece break week, we'll replace that with something One Piece related. And then on Tuesdays, it's whatever I feel like talking about that's not One Piece and or anything that comes into the mind. It's not just limited to those two, but now with our new schedule put into place, it is Tuesdays and Fridays for our release schedule. Now, my plan for the rest of this month is to talk about, I don't know if it's going to be next week or the week after, but I'm going to be talking about certain things in regards to favorite games. And as a prequel to that conversation, I wanted to talk about this. Why it is that when I tell y'all I'm passionate about this, this means something to me, man. There's a reason why in all of my videos, you see the PS Vita, the GBA, 2DSs, and a 3DS. Unfortunately, this one is, bro, I think I got this DS this one is barely hanging on my thread, the dark blue one. I think I got that release year like a few months after it dropped for what I believe was Christmas Day. Yeah, it was Christmas Day. And I used the ever-loving Flagnards out of that DS right there. So these, and then my long-lost PSP, which would be up there if I still had it. I'm someone who I love playing video games, man. I am a gamer, always have been, always will be. And whenever I was a kid, I was playing the PS1, I was playing the PS2, I was playing the original Xbox, the GameCube, all that stuff, right? But when I got my first opportunity to play the GBA, that changed everything for me. Because I was like, okay, I got a different game to play at home, different game to play outside. And it changed everything. Now, when my parents would be like, yeah, we're going out to such and such, I'd be like, yes, let's go. I'm going to play some more Pokemon. We're going to play some more Mega Man Battle Network. You know what I'm saying? And so it changed everything. And so I was open now to the idea of traveling because I could take this with me, this new experience with me. And that, of course, opened then in the PSP era and the DS era and all that stuff. And I've taken that with me, man. And I've always loved the idea of having the home console experience as well as the away from home console experience whenever I'm out and traveling. I always bring up the classic memory of SmackDown vs. Raw 2007 and playing that while my family was having a reunion inside of a flower shop that was like hours on hours on hours on end. And I was just sitting there doing Money in the Bank ladder matches, just back to back to back to back. And those are memories that stick with you, man. They stick with you, bro. And so all of those memories, all those experiences take me to the main thing of conversation that I want to discuss here within this particular video. Why is it that I still today value that incredible art of portable and handheld gaming? when I graduated high school, as I'm sure it was for many of you out there that are watching this video, the balance between work, school, and home time was all over the place. All over the place, man. And so there were many nights where I didn't have an opportunity to do a single thing when I got home. It was either bedtime, or because of the journey as a YouTuber and the journey as a writer, the time that would have gone previously to like some gaming or whatever was now going towards doing the YouTube stuff when I got home and doing the writing stuff depending on the day. And so all the time that I had at home was spent to those two things and going to bed. So my gaming time was thanks to the wondrous art of portable gaming. Now, obviously, you know, on the off days, I'd be able to come home to the PlayStation or the Xbox or whatever. But during a lot of those times, I remember I would either sit in the school library or on a break at work or while commuting, because I used to take the bus on my first couple months before I was able to afford a car. Actually, I think it was like more like a year or so. I'm taking the bus before I was able to afford a car, and that'd be some gaming time right there, you know. So, it's something that I started to. That the transition was easy for me to continue on with like the handheld side of things, because it really was my only avenue and on some days to be able to get some gaming in. You know what I'm saying? But then there came a time here on the YouTube journey side of things. As y'all know, and if you are new to the channel, then let me tell you about our wonderful One Piece community and how things work in regards to what I mainly do here. So I am mainly a One Piece chapter, a reactor, reviewer, streamer, I guess you could say, where we do our Friday, streams or whatever, reacting to the latest One Piece chapters, discussing them, reviewing them, whatever the case may be. Y'all see the 2, 3, sometimes 4, 5 hour streams that we do in those particular nights. But what you may not see is what leads into that. And what leads into that is usually 3, 4, 5 days where I can't get on social media at all because I'm trying to avoid spoilers. I'm sure if you're in any type of fandom, you know how this can be. The difficulties of avoiding spoilers with the moment you touch any type of social media service. But as someone who's been in the anime manga community for these last 12 years, specifically here on the YouTube side of things, I know just how crazy it can get, especially with certain series. Back in the day, it was that way with Naruto. Just recently, it was like that with like JJK before it ended and Attack on Titan before it ended. But One Piece has been like that for the last 7 or 8 years, where you have to stay off social media or you're going to get spoiled, depending on how your algorithm works. I like to make sure I'm good to go, right? So on top of my moderators telling me to stay spoiler free, I just don't even deal with it. I just don't even touch it. Outside of having to answer DMs or whatever the case may be, home pages don't get touched during those 3, 4, 5 days leading into a chapter. So I don't have the luxury, as much as I may want to sometimes, and the temptations are strong, to doom scroll. And so in order to subside the temptation of doom scrolling, that time needed to be occupied by something else. And a lot of that time went into reading, went into writing, went into watching, and a whole bunch of other things. But in the midst of that, because y'all know, like I said, that I am a gamer, a lot of that time has also gone towards video games. And thanks to, especially the release of the Nintendo Switch, which changed everything for me, because now I was able to combine the home console experience with the portable console experience to take what I was playing at home and keep it on the journey. Changed everything for me. Changed what I thought was possible with the portable side of things. And then Microsoft released its Game Pass cloud system, which allowed me to be able to play and stream I think it's every single game that's on the Game Pass library directly to my phone or to my laptop slash or my computer. So I'll give you an example of this, right? When Persona 4 Golden first came out on Game Pass, because that was my first experience with Persona 4, I played that game exclusively on the cloud. I did not play that game once natively. It was played either on my phone or on my laptop. I would say like 75% on my laptop whenever I was in school and 25% on my phone, because it was just a crazy thing for me where I was so hooked on the game and I could take it wherever I wanted. So whenever I had an opportunity, I was in there like Swimwear playing the game. And as someone who was out of the house for so long, it was like, yes, I could take this thing with me. And it was like that for so many experiences there. PlayStation Remote Play, through the use of the hotspot, y'all, when I tell you how much I utilized that, pre-Portal, I was already going ham on the Remote Play stuff, thanks to either hotspots or Wi-Fi. Post this wonderful device. I remember when this device launched, seeing like the reactions to it in regards to, oh, this isn't for me, and I can most certainly understand that, because this is a very niche device, and seeing like the reactions to it and whatnot. I couldn't have been more excited for this thing, because I was like, yes, now I don't have to use my phone battery to be able to play PlayStation games when I'm not in my house. Now I can use it exclusively for the hotspot stuff, right? And so when I think I got this when Yakuza Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth dropped. I played that game almost entirely on this thing. When Final Fantasy VII Rebirth came out, that I was about to go on vacation, like halfway through that playthrough, I think from like chapter 9 to chapter 13, I played entirely on here. Metaphor Refantasio, played it almost entirely on here. Trails Beyond the Horizon, now Kai no Kiseki, whenever it came out in Japanese, played it entirely on here. So this thing, similar with Xbox, not just with Persona 4, Football Manager, Expedition 33 that launched earlier this year, man, played a lot of that on the cloud. And so many of these different experiences that I potentially would not have been able to have if I did not have the avenue of accessing them outside of my house, I now am able to play. I now am able to experience. So I am so incredibly grateful for Sony to release this and having remote play as a thing, to Microsoft for its new cloud gaming system, because now I'm able to also play their new releases on anything, whether it's my laptop, my computer, my phone. I can play it anywhere. It's crazy. And so it truly did change everything. And then talking about the device that did change everything for me, this is the thing that I use the most, man, is my Switch 1/Switch 2. They changed everything. They changed everything because now I've been able to take so many experiences. Earlier this year, y'all saw me go through the Xenoblade journey when I got my Switch 2. That entire experience I would not have been able to go through as quickly as I did if it was not for being able to take this with me on the go. And I took it with me everywhere, and I still take it with me everywhere. This is my thing, man. This is my jam. Like I said, I do spend a lot of time reading because it is what I love to do. It is my main passion, my main thing of like, I'm reading a book or a manga or a comic or an essay. I really enjoy reading, right? Some days when the mind is just not cooking there, or like when I was really addicted to Persona 4 Golden, when I was addicted to Xenoblade or whatever, you bring that with you, man. Or like we're playing the DS games, like bro, right now going through a Pokemon. What is it? Which one is it? I think I have black. Do I have black or white? One of those two. Going to that one right now. Coming off of Legends ZA, and then what was the other one? It was Fire Emblem. Oh my god, bro, I was so hooked on Fire Emblem. GBA one. Woo! Bro, I was so hooked on that. And so, still types of experiences, I look back on them and like, man, I never would have been able to have those because I played all those exclusively on the go. So, it's like all of those things that pop in my mind of like, man, I'm just eternally grateful. Because, sometimes due to the lack of time that we have in the day, sometimes we have to make the most of the time that we have. And it's thanks to the stuff like the Nintendo Switch and the PlayStation Portal and Xbox's cloud gaming and the old systems like the PS Vita and the crazy to say PS Vita is old. I remember when that dropped. The DS and the GBA. It's thanks to all of those things that I feel like I've been able to take full advantage of my time, alongside with the other things, obviously, that I said that I'm into, to be able to make the most out of a day. Whenever I have a 15 minutes to myself, or 20 minutes, or 30 minutes, and I'm able to get some gaming in, man. It really, really allows me to value those experiences. It's sort of like, I didn't really have these restrictions whenever I was younger, but imagine whenever like you're a kid, and let's just say like your parents are like, yo, you only have like 2 hours today to play this because you have to study the rest of the time. Just imagine that, right? Like you only have like 2 hours in a day, or maybe like I've heard in some instances, like some people would have like an hour a week to be able to dedicate to gaming, and they just really valued that time because that was the only opportunity they would have to be in that world. I've heard that so much for like Animal Crossing and or Final Fantasy X and all these experiences that individuals could only be in there for so long. So when they were able to get back in, they spent the entire week like thinking about, oh, I can't wait to get back so I can continue that. And when they got back, it was something that it was an hour that felt like it went by quickly, whatever. I've heard so many stories like that. And I felt that over these last 10 plus years where I truly value my time playing games, man, because it can feel like it's so sparse at times. When I'm like itching to get back in, when I finally get back in, you scratch the itch, and by the time the session finishes, you're already done and got to go back, right, to doing what you got to do. And so portable handheld gaming is sort of a great reminder of how to best manage your time, and not only just managing your time, but managing time for the things that you really want to do. I wouldn't do this if I didn't love playing games, right? I would just continue doing whatever it is that I was in the mood for at that time. But thanks to all these different things that I'm interested in, all of those different time spaces are always filled with something that I can't wait to get back to doing next. Whether, like I said, it is reading or learning or writing or watching something, wherever the case may be, it is always something that I'm looking forward to doing. And gaming has been such a major part of that. And like I said, I have to give so much love to the Switch One for bringing that back into the forefront. Because for so long, going with and I'll always love these devices, man. I mean, they're so beautiful. Just look at them. The 3DS, the DS, the GBA, all of them. But the Switch One really did change everything, where it felt like it was put back into prominence just how amazing it could be to take stuff with you on the go like this. And I've been able to see it with just me and my brother, man. My brother has a Steam Deck, and whenever we go on trips or whatever, and we take them with us, we've had so many incredible experiences that we would have never been able to have if we didn't have these devices, right? And I really do cherish portable and handheld gaming. So anytime that I see someone making like a new why I love the PSP video, or why I love the DS video, why I still play the 3DS in 2025, I'm right there with you. Why I still do this and that in 2025. It's like, I get that, man, because I'm also there too. I haven't let go of those systems, because a lot of days that could be the only gaming that I get in that day, and I'm gonna value it so much. And so I can just tell you from like the bottom of my heart, I have so much gratitude to all of the companies for taking the time to think of individuals like myself that may not have the luxury on some days to be able to come back home to get my gaming in. And thanks to them, thanks to, like I said, Microsoft doing its Game Pass Cloud feature, PlayStation with this device and the remote play stuff, and obviously Nintendo switching their formula to have a home console portable hybrid that even with modern games, I'm now able to take with me on the go. As long as I have like a controller or something with me, or the Switch itself or whatever. And I'm really grateful for that, man. And so if the next generation of games really goes into the full-blown console, at home console and portable market, y'all know that I'll be there for absolute cinema. I'll be there day one, man, for my wonderful experiences, because then I'll be able to play even more stuff, and that'll be just great on my end. And so as Metroid Prime 4 is going to come out later on this week, I am so excited for that because I know I'm gonna download it the moment the day that it drops. I'll have it downloading throughout the night. In the morning, take it with me, and on breaks, we will be playing Metroid Prime 4, man. And just to be able to think that, to be able to say that, is so exciting because now it's like, man, I can't wait to go to work because then while I'm at work, I can play some Metroid Prime 4 whenever I get my breaks and stuff. And so it's also a good motivator as well to be able to do certain things. But regardless, I'm just really grateful to handheld gaming and portable gaming, and it's just something that's really, really important to me. And so I will see y'all next time. If you have any experiences with, I could have gone into many different experiences with just these that I value so much. So many wonderful experiences that I'll never forget, and I was able to take with me on the go. Expedition 33 earlier this year, playing that on a laptop, being so hooked on it. It was so much fun, man. And so I look forward to more handheld and portable gaming experiences in the future, and I hope that we continue to strive forward in creating even more devices that can that are powerful enough to play the types of games that we want to play, both on the go as well as while at home, man. So super excited for the future of games on that end, and I really am hopeful for the future on that side of things, man. I think it's going to be insane, the type of stuff that we're going to be able to take with us on the go. So I'll see y'all next time. Thanks so much. Y'all take care. This was, as you can probably tell, something I've been wanting to talk about for a very long time. And I'm so glad we finally had an opportunity to talk about it here.